Imagine a world at war. Resources are scarce and every bit of help counts. This was the reality that gave birth to the concept of victory gardens. As we turn the pages back to the early 20th century, we find ourselves entangled in the web of World War I. A time of upheaval and change, the world was thrown into chaos, with nations pitted against each other in a battle of power and survival. Amidst this turmoil, resources became scarce. Food, a fundamental necessity, was rationed, and blockades disrupted the supply chains. In these trying times, the concept of self-sufficiency emerged as a beacon of hope. As nations grappled with the demands of war, they looked inward for solutions, and thus the Victory Garden was born. These were more than just vegetable patches. They were a symbol of resilience, a testament to the indomitable human spirit. Governments across the world encouraged their citizens to turn every available piece of land into a productive food source. From the smallest urban backyard to the most expansive public park, every patch of soil was seen as a potential lifeline. These gardens were not a luxury. They were a necessity, a vital cog in the machinery of war. They supplemented rationed food supplies, helped to feed the hungry, and eased the burden on the nation's strained resources. But the Victory Garden was about more than just food. It was a morale booster, a tangible contribution that every citizen could make toward the war effort. It was a unifying force, bringing communities together in a common cause. The call to action was clear, and the people responded. Armed with seeds, shovels, and a determination to contribute, they turned their backyards into battlegrounds against hunger and want. They cultivated not just vegetables, but also a sense of purpose and unity in the face of adversity. And so in backyards and public spaces across the nations at war, the first victory gardens began to sprout. World War I saw the emergence of victory gardens, a testament to the resilience and resourcefulness of ordinary citizens. As nations were embroiled in conflict, the home front took up a battle of its own, the battle against food scarcity. And thus, the Victory Garden movement was born. This was not a movement led by generals or politicians, but by everyday citizens, mothers, fathers, children, all with a common goal of sustaining their communities and supporting the war effort. Victory gardens sprang up in backyards, in public parks, and even in vacant lots, transforming urban landscapes into vibrant patches of green. Women, often left to manage households while their husbands were away at war, found themselves at the helm of these gardens. They donned their gardening gloves, wielded their hoes and rakes, and dug into the earth with a determination that mirrored the spirit of the times. Children, too, played a crucial role, learning about responsibility and the value of hard work as they helped to plant, tend, and harvest a variety of crops. From carrots to cabbages, potatoes to peas, these gardens were a cornucopia of produce. Not only did they provide fresh, nutritious food for the household, but they also eased the strain on public food supply, freeing up resources for the troops overseas. But the Victory Gardens were not just about growing food. They were a symbol of unity, a tangible demonstration of home front support for the war effort. They fostered a sense of community and shared purpose as neighbors worked together, swapped seeds, and exchanged gardening tips. As the war ended, so did the need for Victory Gardens, but their legacy was far from over. These gardens had proven that every citizen, regardless of age or gender, could contribute to a national cause. They had shown that with a bit of soil, some seeds, and a lot of determination, ordinary people could do extraordinary things. And that's a lesson worth remembering even a century later. 2 decades later, the world was at war again, and once more, Victory Gardens rose to the occasion. As the flames of conflict rekindled during World War II, so too did the spirit of homegrown resilience. Victory Gardens, a concept born in the crucible of the previous global conflict, experienced a revival that dwarfed their initial inception. The scale of these gardens grew exponentially, expanding beyond backyard plots to encompass schoolyards, city parks, and even the lawns of public institutions. It was an all-hands-on-deck situation. Everyone from young children to the elderly rolled up their sleeves and got their hands dirty, cultivating a sense of unity and purpose in the face of adversity. The organization of these gardens also took a leap forward. Neighborhoods and communities rallied together, coordinating their efforts and pooling resources. Seeds were distributed, gardening techniques were shared, and a sense of camaraderie blossomed among the rows of vegetables. But the Victory Gardens were more than just a source of food. They were a beacon of hope. In a time of uncertainty and fear, these gardens served as a tangible reminder of the strength and resilience inherent in every individual. They were a symbol of the collective effort to support the troops and contribute to the war effort right from the home front. The importance of these gardens in maintaining the food supply during the war cannot be overstated. With many commercial farms redirected to support the war effort and food rationing in full effect, these gardens played a crucial role in keeping the nation fed. It's estimated that by the war's end, Victory Gardens were producing nearly 40% of the country's vegetables. Yet, their influence extended beyond the dinner table. The gardens boosted morale, fostering a sense of optimism and determination. They served as an empowering reminder that every citizen, regardless of age or profession, could play a part in the war effort. Even after World War II ended, Victory Gardens remained, evolving with the changing times. Their impact was profound, and their legacy continues to inspire us today. The spirit of the Victory Garden, of resilience and unity in the face of hardship, is a testament to the strength of the human spirit. In the 21st century, Victory Gardens have taken on a new form, but their core purpose remains the same. The new millennium brought a resurgence of Victory Gardens, but this time, it wasn't propelled by world wars or food rationing. Instead, the driving forces were urban gardening and sustainability movements. These contemporary Victory Gardens are part of a global effort to promote local food production and reduce environmental impact. Urban spaces are being transformed into verdant havens, with rooftops, balconies, and even abandoned lots being repurposed into thriving gardens. City dwellers are embracing the Victory Garden concept, growing their own food not out of necessity, but out of a desire to connect with nature and to take control of their food sources. This new wave of urban gardening is a testament to the adaptability and resilience of the Victory Garden ethos. Parallel to this, the sustainability movement has been championing Victory Gardens as an eco-friendly alternative to large-scale agriculture. The logic is simple, yet compelling. Growing your own food reduces reliance on long-distance transportation, thus lowering carbon emissions. It also minimizes the use of harmful pesticides and fertilizers, protecting both the environment and the consumer's health. But it's not just about the environment or food security. Modern Victory Gardens have become a platform for education and community building. They offer a hands-on way to learn about botany, ecology, and nutrition. They also foster a sense of community, as neighbors come together to plant, tend, and harvest, sharing both the workload and the bounty. In this modern era, the Victory Garden has evolved beyond its wartime origins. It's no longer just about victory over an external enemy, but about victory over our own unsustainable practices. It's about victory for the planet, for our communities, and for our health. Today, Victory Gardens stand as a symbol of resilience, self-sufficiency, and sustainability. From wartime necessity to modern sustainability, Victory Gardens have a rich history and an enduring legacy. In the tapestry of human resilience, these gardens stand out as a testament to our ability to adapt, innovate, and overcome adversity. They were born out of necessity during the World Wars, providing much-needed food and a morale boost to a population grappling with the harsh realities of conflict. In these gardens, every citizen, regardless of age or status, could play a role in supporting the war effort, transforming their own backyards into productive landscapes. The seeds sown in these gardens not only produced food, but also sowed the seeds of unity and resilience, a spirit that carried us through some of the darkest periods in history. But the story of Victory Gardens doesn't end with the world wars. In the modern era, they have found a new relevance. As we grapple with the challenges of climate change, food security, and sustainable living, Victory Gardens offer a blueprint for how we can be more resourceful and conscious of our food choices. They remind us that we all have the power to contribute to a sustainable future. By growing our own food, we can reduce the strain on our food supply chains, lower our carbon footprint, and reconnect with the earth. Just as in the past, our gardens can become spaces of innovation, resilience, and hope. Of course, Victory Gardens are not a panacea for all our environmental and food security challenges, but they offer a starting point, a spark of inspiration, encouraging us to think about where our food comes from and how we can play a part in creating a more sustainable future. As we look to the future, the story of Victory Gardens reminds us that even in times of crisis, we have the power to cultivate hope right in our own backyards.